I've got two very big passions, that being animation and Lego. Why do you watch this channel, right? But today I'm combining the two of those into one video. Now you saw my first, not my first, but the first one that has been publicly released and it's very bad, stop motion in the last video. Today I'm taking the review of Ahsoka's Starfighter and we're going to do it a little stop motion, and what that exactly means you're just going to have to wait and find out here in just a moment. Now, when this released on January 1st, it's a nice looking set, but $45 nice, I wasn't so sure about it. And I told myself I had to wait. Now, out of the two, the ARC 170 was a better deal to me personally, because I like it more or whatever I do, but that's not really the point. But at $45, I gotta wait for a discount. I gotta wait for that. I was really waiting for sub 35. Really, under 30 would have been really nice. But then, the calendar goes, May 1st comes. Gotta get that promo, gotta get the Clone Boys, the cadets, right? How am I gonna get there? I could have gotten that. I had the VIP points to basically get this for free. After reaching them out, I pulled the plug. I said, let's do it. I didn't buy it with the purpose of doing this style video. I just said, I gotta have it. When I could have waited a couple more months. July clearance season comes around, right? You get excited for clearance season. You get things at a discount. Lego at a discount. But I didn't do that. So $45. It was free basically with the VIP points I already spent. Some of those double, quadruple days. Some of the Lord of the Rings sets I've bought recently. But like I said, $45. I really had wanted to wait, and May 1st, and that thought just went right out the window. And here we are. So join me as I stop motion build this and review it. Now that we're done building this set, here it is in all its glory. This is the fully built Ahsoka's Starfighter 75401. It cost $45, as we talked about in the beginning of this review. And we are going to toss the price aside for just a second and really just talk about the overall build, because I think it's a solid Starfighter. It alone compared to other Ecta 2 Starfighters, as they're officially called. I've got so many. I've got the last one. I only have one of the Obi-Wan, so I'm kind of missing those. So the next time that Lego drops one, I will probably be getting one. Hopefully not at $45 though. That's not me doing a good job of setting price aside. Yes, definitely talk about this a little bit more though. It has some really good features. My spring on one side is temperamental, doesn't work super well, and most of the time I cannot get it to load in or stay in. Of course, I just made a liar myself because I got that to work first try. But it does have the spring loaded shooters that you can fire off. And then it has these in flight or landing mode, or technically attack mode. It swooshes really nicely, passed the swoosh test. It has a whole snot method underneath. Of course, I am missing one that it shot off one of the times when I had to animate it, as you saw earlier in the video. And then I built it a little asymmetrical accidentally, so I gotta fix that. But overall, I'm not disappointed with it. has a little spot where you can load R4 in there, R7, and then the cockpit opens up really nicely. I feel like that's very not film, but screen accurate. They open up like this. I don't know, there's some people that expected it to open the other way, I've heard, and I just don't feel like that they've watched or studied it enough to know it doesn't open that way. And not that I've done that either, but I paid attention enough to know they open backwards. The only way that a piece would be any better is I like that it's more of a half cockpit piece, not the same size as the other ones. It's smaller, so it fits this. This is a set that I don't mind being downscaled. Like this, if it is downscaled anyway, it feels about perfect. I haven't compared it to Anakin's. It's just really good. It does have a lot of stickers though. 10 to be exact, and that is just a little too much. They could have printed a couple pieces on here, but I do like that you don't have the Republic logos that you had to stick on. They were just printed right on. As I was kind of talking about getting back to the cockpit here, the only way this becomes accurate if this is a two-part piece that just has a little clip, and because the white printed on is just not super bright. It's not the same fade of bright that even the stickers got. The white came out really well because it is already on a white piece. I feel like that came out really well, but the print on this white just is not as strong as it could be. That is my only gripe with the set. Overall, the build gets a 8 point. I think it's a solid 8.1. Minifigures. Start off. We're gonna start off with the Droid R7. Really nice dark red torso. Looks pretty good. Does have a head, as it should. The yellow lime green print comes out really strongly against the red. The other print's not so much, but I still think it looks pretty good. The head, the white and lime green do really shine really well. And then the back, there's absolutely nothing because it's not R2. So we'll just put her right back in the ship, turn her head, whatever. We have Ahsoka, really good looking minifigure. She does have the midi legs, which I think is perfect because they used to just make her the same size as Anakin. She should definitely in younger years been short, so I think that this is perfect. She does have print on those midi legs. I don't know how many times we've gotten print on midi legs, but this is one of those times, which maybe is the reason why this is $45. I hope not though. A new head Liku mold, which really good, really nice and rubbery. So it has that rubber feel to it, and then she has a double-sided head as well. Her torso, which I forgot to go over, just looks really good, really accurate to the later season Ahsoka. And then the back, showing off her shoulder blades, I think that they just really match that really well. Got the accuracy here. Other than, I don't love the pupils or the no pupils that she has, and just the widened eyes. They got the little glints in there, but the white, I think pupils, a little black dot in there would have helped that. And then Anakin, because his eyes are black, the glints work really nicely. They have the same design as Ahsoka's, but hers are blue. I don't know. But anyway, we're not going to stay too long on the head. He does look really good, going from the legs to the top, torso. There's a nice flow of his Jedi robes. I like that they have been printing in the last few years. They definitely used to not, and just give him plain brown legs. And he used to get a lot of black legs, even though most of his leg print should be brown. But I'm glad that they're printing on brown with a bit of black from his Jedi robes. I do love that. And then his torso just kind of continues the same thing, just the layers are really well printed, the belt, everything on there pretty well. I do like the hairpiece. It's accurate for this period in the Clone Wars, and then he has a double-sided face as well. He can be a little angry with snips for our little sky guy. And then he has the blue lightsaber, of course, and Ahsoka has her green. And then the one last thing I did forget to talk about is Ahsoka's lightsabers, or you could put Anakin's. They do have clips, of course. I probably need to look at which one is correct. I think the inside one is. Definitely this wing. This right wing I feel wrong. It does have the engines that I didn't talk about. What else did I forget? Nothing else that I can think of, but I also have blasters here, my awkward blasters there, which this should be just a little further back, I believe, so I need to look at that. Overall set, minifigures included, we're going to give this a 7.5. That does include the price, which we're going to talk about in about 3 seconds here. And that is that $45 is just too much to pay. I don't suggest it, and as I said in the beginning video, I was going to wait for a sale, and I just moved on and bought it anyway. Felt like it was worth using my points. I could have used my points for something else, something upcoming. Really probably shouldn't have, but I'm glad I did this and I got a chance to do a different style review by a smaller set. Just biting that kind of style review would take months. It just would. And so I'm really glad that I got to do this. Do let me know what you think of this new kind of stop motion review, if you will. Write down in the comments. It was a lot of fun to make. Time consuming, but a lot of fun to make. Gets me back into some of my roots. If you did enjoy this video, smash that button. Subscribe down below. I'm trying a few more of these and I got some great ideas coming down the pipeline. So you want to be subscribed. And I got another stop motion one or another review right over here.